This is Dolany TV, and ladies and gentlemen, what a day it's been. Free Agent Frenzy. Free Agent Friday is what I've been calling it because obviously copyright stuff, but Free Agent Friday in the NHL has not disappointed for our Edmonton Oilers. Ladies and gentlemen, I can confidently say for the first time in what feels like a century, the Edmonton Oilers have three solid, rock solid, if not four rock solid lines to roll to start next season. Alright? Now, how do you get there? That's the question we'll answer in this video. We'll answer other questions in other videos later tonight or tomorrow, depending on how things go. I have to go to Olds tonight, so good luck to me, right? So, either way, you know what? Ladies and gentlemen, let's get to it. Kyle Turris is an Edmonton Oiler. And I mean, yesterday when I was making that video, it was a I really want Kyle Turris. He really makes sense for the Oilers, and I really think the Oilers need him. And the Oilers end up getting him, and at a whole lot less than I thought Kyle Turris would go for. And I guess that's maybe the theme of the day all around. But Kyle Turris signs with the Oilers for a total of $1.65 million against the cap this year and next year. So each year he'll earn $1.65 million for a total of $3.3 million on a 2-year deal. And that is dynamite. That is what we needed so bad. A third line right-hand shot centerman that still has plus game to him. Right? Yes, maybe not the fastest, maybe not the most shoot the puck guy, but if you throw him on a line, and I'm going to tell you, I don't need stats. You can go back to the Kyle Turris video from yesterday if you want Kyle Turris stats. That is not what this is. This is how each player fits in and fits kind of what I was talking about, the 3-4 line combo. Kyle Turris fits the bill of the third line center. A guy who has plus hands, right, can pass the puck with elite players in the NHL still to this day. I think he will do that as long as he plays in the NHL because that is what made him an elite NHL player for several years of his career, is the fact that he can pass the puck with anybody in the league and set them up to score goals, or he wouldn't get points, and he's gotten points in his career, so don't kid yourself there. But you know what? That is what the Oilers need on the third line if you're bringing in Jesse Puljujärvi. So Jesse Puljujärvi, suddenly bang, you've got a passer for him. Puljujärvi, what have I been yelling about Puljujärvi since we signed Puljujärvi the other day? The kid needs to shoot. If the puck is in his feet, shoot the puck. If the puck is on his stick, shoot the puck. If the puck is on the boards and it bounces to you, shoot the puck. If the pass across the slot comes to you, shoot the puck. That Puljujärvi's mantra for the 2021 season has to be shoot the puck. That's all that it comes down to. And by getting Kyle Turris, you get a guy that is capable behind guys like Draisaitl, McDavid, and Nugent Hopkins to pass Puljujärvi the puck and afford him a situation to succeed. And here's the thing as well. Kyle Turris is a guy on the ice you can trust to take a face-off. Every year, most of his career, he's been a plus 51% face-off guy. Very rarely below 50%. And that's what you need out of a centerman, and especially for the Oilers. It's going to be matchup heaven for them, hopefully, to have Kyle Turris out there. This is going to be a different game for them, having a scoring third line for the first time in a long while. But it's very, very welcome by me. Let me tell you how exciting it is to have a third line scoring line. And yeah, ask yourself, who do you put on that line? Do you put James Neal there? Do you put Tylers Ennis, who we'll talk about in a moment, there? I think you got to put James Neal on that third line, or Joakim Nygard on that third line, whoever you want to throw in there. There are several combinations you could put. Just don't put Jujhar Khaira there, and you are good to go. And that is the beauty of this for sure, is the fact that the Oilers can do that with the third line. They have 2 to 3 legitimate options for that third line in guys that can definitely increase scoring production and still play a good two-way game, right? There we go. All right. So, increase scoring production and still play a two-way game. Why do I say that? Well, a guy like Joakim Nygard, that's the guy to do it. Because the guy draws penalties, the guy plays responsible, the guy can do damage offensively, and if he stays healthy, my goodness, my friends, Imagine Nygaard, Turris, and Puljujarvi each putting up 35 points on the third line. When is the last time, and I'll leave that as a history project for every Oilers fan that wants to do it tonight, when is the last time the Oilers had a third line score 35, 35, 35? Good question. I don't think it's happened in a long while, so keep that in mind. And then let's move on quickly because I've already chewed up half a video for the third video in a row talking about Kyle Turris. Third video in a row, let's forget it. Let's move on to Tylers Ennis, who also signed a deal with the Edmonton Oilers. He was a UFA. The Oilers re-signed him after trading that 5th round pick for him to Ottawa. So, forget what you were saying about Ken Holland crapping away picks and stuff. This guy staying in the Oilers lineup, and of course that allowed us to retain his rights. And hey, you know what? Here he is. And Tylers Ennis. Tylers Ennis is coming off of a broken leg. The guy's got a rehab and stuff. He's hitting the ice within the next week, I guess what Oilers Nation was saying. So Kyle Turris going to have potentially a line mate in Tylers Ennis come January 1st if he can rehab quick enough. If not, you're probably looking Tylers Ennis between late January and early February at worst. I guess I would timeline that, but still, Tylers Ennis signs a 1-year, $1 million deal. That is perfect. Ladies and gentlemen, the Oilers executed so well, and Tylers Ennis had 4 points in 9 games after the trade from Ottawa. He did much better than a guy like Andrei Athanasiou, 2 times better actually. And Ennis really is a guy that the Oilers could use, being a 31-year-old. He's been across a couple Canadian teams in the past few years. He's really carved out the fact that his career is still relevant to NHL teams, and he's been able to fight and claw, and the Oilers are the ones that pay him the most in the past several years. But Tylers Ennis has very much so earned that much money from the Edmonton Oilers after a couple of good years with Toronto and Ottawa. So Kyle Turris and Tylers Ennis, not a bad combination at all. Tylers Ennis, a guy that you can play with Connor McDavid or with the guys on the third line there in Turris and Puljujarvi, or you can play him on the fourth line. It doesn't matter. Tylers Ennis is a $1 million player with plus upside in all sides of his game, speed, as long as the leg is good. Shoots the puck well, passes the puck well, can do everything, and honestly a guy that I think is a hometown kid and really could benefit from a full season playing for the Edmonton Oilers and doing some good things with Connor McDavid and everybody else in company. So, who do we got signed right now? Connor McDavid, Leon Draisaitl, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, James Neal, Zach Kassian, Alex Chiasson. Kyle Turris comes in at 1.65, followed by Josh Archibald, Jujhar Khaira, Jesse Puljujarvi, Tylers Ennis, Gaetan Haas, Kailer Yamamoto, Joakim Nygard, and of course Patrick Russell. So we have several guys in the lineup below that $2 million mark, and guess what? We know that these guys at or below the $2 million or $1 million mark are all serviceable NHLers for us. You can call them AHLers if you like. Honestly, they are part of what got the Edmonton Oilers all the way to second in the Pacific Division at the time the season was canceled. And on defense, we've still got a hole there. Ethan Bear's got to be re-signed, and then we got to find our 7th defenseman, but that is William Legason as well. And then goaltending is the last spot to really fill up. Anton Forsberg was signed by the Oilers to join probably the AHL team, but at 27 years old, maybe he's looking to bust into the NHL and do some damage. A 1-year stopgap ahead of the guys like Skinner and Wells, and of course the other guys, well, Rodrigue, who's playing over in Austria. The problem is for Anton Forsberg, he really hasn't had a lot of NHL time in his career. Played 18-19, all of 18-19 in the minors, 19-23 games with Carolina, 17-18, 35 games with Chicago, and a total of 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 games with Columbus. Guy who really hasn't put up monster numbers at the NHL level either, so more than likely that third option that Ken Holland was very much so looking for when it came to free agency. So guys, a big day. We'll get to Anton Forsberg, Alan Quine, and Seth Griffith in a video later today. I got things I got to attend to, like I said, going up to Olds this evening, and then I will hopefully be back in time to get another video up, but that is the big news of the day. Kyle Turris, Tylers Ennis, UFAs coming to Edmonton. Ennis was already here, but you get what I mean, is the fact that they are good to go, and that is part of what will be a powerhouse third line, hopefully, for the Edmonton Oilers going into the 2021 NHL season. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Tyson. This is Stolany TV. I hope you enjoyed the day. Free Agent Friday. It was a great day. Honestly, following along at home, I have to give a big shout out to Sam from Bakersfield. He was keeping me very well informed today. Everything that rolled in and across the ticker, he got into the DMs, and that was mint because, trust me, if I wasn't able to check my phone today, I'd be very uninformed getting home, and I'd have a lot to unpack. Of course, we did have an offer on the table for Holtby and Markstrom. We won't worry too much. Corey Crawford's going to be an Edmonton Oiler. Mark my words. That seems to be probably what I'm thinking at this point. Guys, up on out of here.